What's up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. Today, we're going to be doing another drink for you, obviously. And this one's called a three-way with a dirty pirate hooker. We'll blame Matthew for finding that one. So it's 3 different rums. You got white rum, coconut rum, and spiced rum, followed behind it with 4 ounces of pineapple juice and then a little bit of grenadine. All equal parts of rum, so it's an ounce of each. Ounce of spiced rum. Obviously, we use Malibu Black. Feel free to use whichever one you want. We just like the higher proofage. 1 ounce of that. 1 ounce of the Bacardi Silver, white, whatever color you want to call it. Put that in there. 4 ounces of pineapple juice. Then a ½ ounce of grenadine. Put the lid on and then shake it. Liking the color. And then you garnish with 2 cherries. I don't know where this name came from, the three-way with a dirty pirate hooker, but anyway, I guess it's yo-ho-ho, 3 hoes because of the rum. Yo-ho-ho and 3 bottles of rum.
Oh, no ribbit.
No, I didn't have a ribbit. I fucking, with the amount of caffeine in me, I'm surprised I didn't fucking have a little throw-up burp behind it.
Throw-up burp.
A little bit.
All right, guys. Welcome back to the podcast. We are rocking, rolling, and drinking. So let's sit back and enjoy your beverage and get buzzed, stay buzzed. And if you need to take a brief intermission, just go ahead and hit the space bar with the little pause button on your screen. And we'll stop talking like this. All right, and now we're back. You didn't even have to hit the pause button. All right, so today we're drinking pirate 3-ways and
3-way with a pirate hooker. Maybe that's
what
her tampon looks like.
Davy Jones puss. That's rough.
Yeah, the Captain Morgan, you know, especially when you watch the intro, you'll see him standing in the middle, kind of like, yeah, bitch, this is my drink.
It's very beachy.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, if you did the math on like how much pineapple juice you would need to how much rum you would need, you could make this in like a big ass cooler and put it on a boat.
Yeah.
And then you'd be hammered all day.
So Captain Fun's, before they shut down on the beach, they used to have this hunch punch, and it's very similar. But they had one of those igloo, like construction job site, or like what they used to splash the Gatorade bath. And they would make that, and your drink was in a sand bucket. And it had the ingredients on it, and they would fill that thing up. They put ice in it, and then they would fill it up out of this 5-gallon keg.
Yeah.
And just top it off. Way bigger than this. But, I mean, similar thing. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to have like a big cookout, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, make your own hunch punch.
Yeah.
Put it up, like, all right, just get a cup of ice. It's already mixed up.
And I think the pineapple juice does a really good job of like masking the alcohol flavor because there's 3 shots of rum in there.
And not only, when I seen Lance making it, I was behind the scenes going, oh. He's using 100 proof Captain Morgan, 70 proof Malibu, and the recipe's like, a typical rum, a typical Malibu, and Lance is like, I
didn't even realize that it was the 100 proof.
Yeah, I did.
Now that you said that, I was like, oh shit, it is the darker label.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I seen that whenever he got done, and I was sitting there like texting Crystal. I'm like, be careful. Lance just made this with fucking jet fuel.
I apologize, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I knew the 70 proof because that's all I buy now. Of the Malibu, but not the...
Yeah, we're going to change the name when you up the level of alcohol to any hole's a goal, okay?
Yeah.
Because that's basically what you're going to get. And any hole is whether you're laying on your back or face down. And that's what you're getting.
And this pirate hooker is a big bitch because you need to have all the alcohol to get this bitch. Oh, is it dirty? God. Man. Yeah.
I bet Jerry would really like this.
Yeah. I think anyone would like it.
I think...
If they like coconut and pineapple, then they're
I think
good.
if we took a little of the cream coconut stuff and put in there just a little
Thicken
more
it up.
Of coconut, Mama would be all over it, and she'd be a dirty little pirate hooker.
Yeah.
Where are you at, Johnny Dip?
Amber Turd's coming. Hold on. I'm worried that the fan is making...
Yeah, Lance has a fan, and we didn't mention it on the last podcast, and I meant to, because if you see us look up like this, it's because Lance has a fan. It's like this big around, but it puts out enough air to freeze your ass off. And yeah, you could almost hear that through the microphone. I guarantee you probably did.
I'm
like
hoping I don't.
It's like we're outside in a hurricane. It's just
yeah. So my AC quit working, and the part won't be in until Monday. So we're filming this on a Saturday. So fuck.
That'd be all right, though.
Yeah. Anyway, I got a fancy little remote control.
Look at that. Fancy. And I forgot and I meant to call you out whenever downstairs. Is that made with your fancy ice? Because again, I forgot to bring it up on the last podcast when we had a remake, and Lance has fancy ice. And yeah, because he made me a drink the last time. He's like, hey, I know this is going to sound weird. Let me know how my ice tastes. I'm like, how your ice tastes? Like, is that an Irish way of let me know how my ice tastes? Like my ass, like it tastes like water, frozen.
Yeah, so the reason why I give a shit so much about my ice is because the water from the tap or even from the filter on the refrigerator, when it melts and I'm drinking bourbon or something bourbon related, like a old fashioned or even a whiskey sour, when the ice starts to melt a little bit, it changes the flavor of the drink.
Yeah.
So I was using bottled water to make the ice, and then the ice cubes like that come from a bag that comes from Publix because it's a slow melting ice. I don't know how they did that,
Jesus.
but anyway,
Walmart don't have that.
Yeah.
We just got ice.
Yeah.
It's ice. It's not slow melting. It's just ice.
yeah. And to me, when I started making bottled water ice cubes and buying it from Publix, the bourbon started tasting normal again. So I was like, I'll take
Look
it.
at that.
Yeah. So I conducted my own research. So I just wanted to see if I wasn't insane or if you guys thought the same thing.
No, yeah. So I really thought about it, and I was like, Lance is on to something. This is a big time opportunity. If you could have like a bourbon flavored, like a powder or just a liquid to add to your ice blocks. So as it melts, it's more bourbon flavor.
Yeah.
Or like a brown sugar.
Or it's infusing it with something.
Yeah, like if you had mint and, like a cucumber mint type thing.
Some of
for
them,
like Moscow mules and stuff. I mean.
Yeah, like the mistletoe mule from George's.
Yeah.
If you put rosemary in the ice cubes and as it melted, it reinfused it with more rosemary.
Yeah. So as it melts, it just really
Or
enhances.
even cranberries. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Don't
Don't steal our ideas.
Yeah. We're going to patent that. Patent pending.
Yeah, we're on to something.
I wonder if it counts if we just say patent pending. I mean, it counts enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Patent
We're telling you what we're doing. We're already in the mix. Okay, so don't even get your panties in the
The
wad.
prototype's already out. We already have the patent. It's already it's patent.
We own it. It's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be huge. Still looking into it.
Research and development's working on it.
Rosemary infused ice. It's gonna be the largest ice cubes you've ever seen.
But first, we gotta get away from China.
and the bourbon companies are gonna pay for it. Don't worry.
Yeah. Speaking of China, I survived the nationwide cell phone outage because I don't have AT&T.
Yeah, I don't have AT&T either, but apparently, because Poobie's mom, I think, says she had Verizon and she was experiencing an issue with it too.
So 4,000 members of Verizon, 1,400 of T-Mobile, and like 77,000 of AT&T. And then they came out on ABC News, and the head FBI guy was like, "This was a cyber attack from China. Like China,
China.
yeah." So,
All right, now every time we say China, I'm taking a Donald Trump thing of him going China, and then it's gonna.
you got a digital hand. China. Oh man, but yeah. So I mean, but then they tried to come out the next day and double down, going, "Oh no, that was a lie. We actually found out that wasn't the case." It's like
Just like their spy balloon.
yeah, like that's not the case. You already released it. And this follows in line. I don't know if you've seen it. I had to look up the name of the movie on Netflix, but it was viral as shit on TikTok. And this movie was spot on. Like it was talking about the power grid, how they could put like a virus into. If you stopped all communications, and this is just a little, not really conspiracy theory, but just a thought. All right, because you know how things are around here after a hurricane.
Yeah.
You don't have any communication. You don't have food. You don't have power. Like the whole thing is just like you're on edge.
Yeah.
So that movie basically does that. It takes away their communication, the power grid, this whole thing. And these people are like in this little small town, and they barely have any food, water, anything like that. And the people that are around, are like locals, and they're holding guns and stuff. Be like, nah, dude. They're like, come on, like Steven, you remember me? I need some help. And he's like, nah. We're friends on normal occasions, like normal situations. Yeah. Right now, you're my enemy because I don't know, if you're going to come take my stuff.
Yeah.
But China starts like disabling power grids and like all this stuff. And then they take over and like start just god awful noise, like just Like, and people are just like walking around like, holy shit, they can't, driving them crazy to the point of insanity.
Yeah.
And then it's like, what do you do?
That's like medieval torture type stuff. Because it's like, there was like this one torture thing where they would like pin someone down and they would just drip water on their forehead. And that's like, it drives them insane because you don't think like, if water hits you in the head, but if it happens for 24 hours, you're going to go.
Yeah, they say it's like the equivalent, like when your skin starts getting soft and it just keeps on going, it feels like a brick hitting you in the forehead. Like it's just over and over. Oh, then that thing that's like the Chinese water torture thing. Then they have one where they take a wet towel and they wrap it over your head and it simulates you drowning.
Yeah, like waterboarding.
Yeah, dude, it's a whole thing.
Imagine. Call me insane, but there was one time, like in the shower, I wet the washcloth, and I'm like, I wonder what that. So I did it, and I was like, oh, that's fucking awful. And that wasn't even extra water hitting me. That was just like, just try to breathe in with a wet washcloth over your face.
I wish it would stop.
Just
how do I get out of this situation?
Yeah. It's awful. I don't wish that upon anybody, but I know it happens, and I know it's awful, and I know.
God.
I'm sure the U.S. does it to get information to keep us all safe, but it's still awful.
Speaking of like medieval torture devices, like because. Whenever I started, I watched one on TikTok. And if you watch one of anything on TikTok more than 15 seconds, guess what's going to be your next 15 videos?
Yeah. The algorithm's strong with TikTok.
And it's like, I really don't, but I kind of want to. All right, I'm going to watch it. And there was one torture test or little chamber thing. I was like, I call that the Aunt Kim. And the guy sits on this side and he rides this like bike type thing, this wheel, and it
someone
spins.
shits on you.
Yeah, close. And across from it, they like chain you down, and it's this wooden seat with a hole cut in it, and there's this wooden dowel that comes up on the upstroke. I was like, that would be the only time that torture would not work. It would have the opposite effect. But like, torture me, daddy, torture me.
Oh, awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
I've been a bad girl.
Yucky.
Yeah.
What?
But all right. So obviously it wasn't used for the ladies, but it was for like soldiers they would capture and stuff. And they'd chain these dudes down, and there's only one hole for a man to go in, and it's just this whole thing, and it just rips their guts apart. Piece of wood just being jammed up in there.
A piece of wood, too. It's like, they didn't even courtesy lick it or anything.
There was another one. It was like a metal barrel, and they would hog tie you into it. You know,
they heat it up or something.
They throw you in there, and then they rotisserie you over a fire, and they just basically cook you inside this chamber.
Yeah. There's a movie, it didn't come out too long ago, but it was showing like weird torture things. I think it was actually Law Abiding Citizen. I don't know if you've seen that movie.
Oh, yeah.
I hate the beginning, but the rest of it's cool.
Yeah. How he numbs the guy, and he's just like...
Yeah, and
you're
going to
feel
shots of adrenaline just to keep him alive.
You're going to feel every bit of it, but you can't move. Like,
that's fucked up shit. But anyway, I don't know if it's in that movie or what, but he like cuts the dude's stomach open, has a jar of cockroaches, sticks it up there, and heats
definitely
it up.
not that.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, there's one where he cuts this dude's stomach open, has a jar of cockroaches, and then he heats up the jar, and the cockroaches rush into his stomach.
Oh my God. There was one.
Yucky.
They had a rat, and a sewer rat can chew through steel.
Yeah.
I mean, they're strong as fuck.
Yeah.
But they put it on a guy's chest with a metal pan.
The same concept.
I thought I was going to have a ribbit.
Yeah.
They started heating up the pan with a blowtorch, and that rat's looking for a place to go because it's hot.
Also starts scratching and
eating into the guy's chest, trying to get out of the pan.
God.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah.
I hate all of that.
It's like, man, I mean, I get it, but dude, I mean, at that point, what is the point?
Whatever I've done wrong, I immediately regret.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, hey, I can tell you this. If I ever get put in that position and it's like, we need the information, I'm singing like a bird, son. There's no more secrets. I know I pinky promised, but that will break that pinky promise. You are going down. I am singing like a freaking bird. I'll take a lot of damn torture, but that stuff is
But what if they kill you anyway?
Yeah, that's the thing, too. You're probably going to die anyway. Yeah. You might as well just, I mean... I don't know.
Oh, thanks for the information. Bang.
Yeah, thank you for just banging me then.
Yeah.
You know?
See, this is when I want James on the podcast because he's got to go through rigorous training and shit like that because he has a lot of information. Yeah. And so I would just assume, like, and this goes for anyone in any sort of intelligence, anything. Yeah. If someone is being held captive like that, like, what is their training methods?
So I have an answer for that. So a good buddy of mine, his sister's husband, so his brother-in-law, is a Navy SEAL.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So he knew him before they got married, and he was like a normal guy. Going to join the Navy, this and that. Whatever. He's like James. Mm-hmm. Then he got into the SEAL program, and then he had to go for that training.
That training is rough.
Brandon said when he came back, he was just like, just sat there, just quiet. And he would kind of open up a little bit and talk about it. But after the training, he said, you know, I'll just give you an example of one of the situations they put us in. Like that right there, you're being caught. You're captive. Mm-hmm. They put us in a wooden box.
Yeah.
And you're just like hunched in like this. He goes, there's one tiny little hole, and it just lets in a little bit of light. And every now and then, in the middle of the night, so you never got really light, you didn't see anything, they would crack it and throw you some food in there or whatever just to keep you alive. Mm-hmm. Other than that, you didn't know anything. And every now and then they'd walk by and like kick or hit the damn box. Bam! Loud noises. Mm-hmm. So you don't know where you're at, what you're doing, and it will break you. And you sit there for days. Yeah. And they say like the worst sound ever is the sound of silence. Yeah. Because your mind will start like almost like making like a humming noise, like like, and you're just sitting there so quiet and dark. Yeah. And it just, there's a lot of people that just can't make it after that, dude. It breaks them like bad.
Yeah. And that's also another thing, like with people who, because some people like it really dark and really cold, like when they sleep, but there's always some sort of light, whether it's moonlight or like light from like your fan or something that you have.
We have a little clock in the bedroom, and it barely, I mean, it's on the dimmest setting, but it's still in the middle of the night when it's pitch black. It's like a nightlight, you know?
And you can still make out some sort of objects or shadows. Yeah. But if you experience total darkness for like more than 30 seconds or something, then your equilibrium starts getting fucked. Mm-hmm. You don't know if you're standing up or laying down or whatever unless you can feel what's happening. Yeah. And there was one time I actually experienced total darkness. It was in Ireland, and we were in a cave. And the guy said, because there were rails through this cave. And he says, all right, does anyone in here have any oppositions to experiencing total darkness? And I'm like, I want to fucking do it.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see it.
I got to try it now.
Yeah, because I've always heard all this like crazy shit. And he's like, all right, make sure everyone's holding on to the rail. And I was like, I'm going to be a rebel. I'm not going to hold on to the rail. But I just hovered my hand over it. So if I need to, I just lean over. I could just grab it, and it's right there. I know it's right there. And so he's like, all right, 3, 2, 1, boom. And he turns off all the lights. I was like, it was fucked up because the only thing you could hear was like the little bleep, 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 because it's in a cave that has a waterfall in it, like miles down. Jesus. And you could barely hear that. And I was like, this is fucking insane. Yeah. And then within 10 seconds, because I was counting how long it took me to either feel wobbly, insane, something. And it was about 15 seconds. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? I grabbed the rail hard as fuck, and there was
my anxiety would just fucking be blown.
Yeah, and I'm also experiencing total darkness in a cave that could collapse at any second. Yeah, and in my mind, I'm like, this is. I was beating myself to the anxiety for every little thing. I was like, this is fucked up. This is crazy.
And the thing is, though, good thing that you knew it was coming. Mm-hmm. What if it just happened?
Yeah, you're fucked because then you have no idea what to do. And then I also saw this other TikTok, and it's allegedly like the quietest room in the world. Mm-hmm. And they have it's like concrete on top of concrete, and then they have all these soundproof material on the side of the concrete. Then they have it drywalled. Then they have more of the soundproofing stuff, and then they have these foam pads. Shit. And it measures at like a negative decibel when you're in there. Wow. And there's this challenge that if you can last like 24 hours or so in there, they give you like $100,000 or something. And,
sign me the fuck up.
Well, so the longest recorded time in this room has been like an hour and a half.
Really?
Because everyone who goes in there, they say on average between the 10 and 20 minute mark, they start going insane. Because so right now, you can't hear your organs moving. You can't hear your heartbeat. Right. You can't hear your lungs inflating and deflating with air. But in that room, you can. Really? And so you know that sound that you were talking about?
you don't hear that. You just hear everything that your body's doing, like the blood rushing through your heart. You can hear that type of shit. And it says, and people say that it drives them insane. And the longest recorded time was an hour and a half.
I wonder if they like, you know, that white noise or something. They pump that sound into there or something. Because, dude, that's hard to believe, man.
Yeah,
like
and
blood going through your arteries and stuff.
I would want to be in there right next to the emergency exit because I don't want to go insane.
Yeah, what's your safe word? Pineapple juice.
Yeah. No. Which no? K-N-O-W or no? We're not letting you out yet.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but I was like, that would be insane. I forgot where it is. It's somewhere in the United States, I think. But
I would like to try it.
yeah, I'd want to see because
Especially with that money. I mean, mind over matter. Like, I'm psyching myself up.
see 24 hours though of that type of shit and
Yeah, but
apparently
man.
if you try to talk, the absorption of your voice goes away, so it's like you're not saying anything. It's measuring a negative decibel in there.
So, yeah.
I hope now that I'm saying it, it brings it up on your TikTok because I watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
I was like, that's fucking crazy.
I could see something like that because that kind of reminds me of I don't know, if you go to the dentist and you have dental work done and they put that laughing gas on you and you start to you start zoning out and they're like, can you hear us? And then that's all you hear. And it's like, next thing you know, you wake up and your wisdom teeth are out, you know? Yeah. And so I wonder if that's kind of like the same thing. Like if you go to say something and it's just like, does anyone hear me? And it's like, you know, like I can't hear my own self. Like, dude, that'd be weird.
The best way that I would prepare, like if you gave me a week to prepare to go into that room. Now, keep in mind, you're going to get $100,000 or however much it is. I'm not sleeping for the entire 24 hours before I'm going in this room.
Yeah.
Because the first thing I'm going to do as soon as I go in there and they shut the door, I'm going to try to fall asleep. Mm-hmm. It might be hard, but I'm going to try to fall asleep because then at that point, I know I'm at least going to get the first couple hours under the belt. And I'm like, all right. So then I have to entertain myself. And I don't know, maybe I go get an arm sleeve of tic-tac-toe or something. I just sit there playing fucking tic-tac-toe.
But what if they black it out too?
That would be, there's no way. I feel like.
Did they keep the lights on though?
I think so.
Oh yeah, I could probably do. That's.
I would sit there and in my mind try to sit there.
I was
and
thinking that they blacked it out.
Count the little striations in the wall and try to see how many times I could get there. I don't know. I would try. I would try anything I could to try to get there.
I would train like Jerry. I would spend 24 hours with Aunt Kim and be so fucking grateful for that 24 hours of silence and not having to listen.
So silent, it's negative silence.
Exactly. Why are you drinking? Why isn't the food cooked? Why aren't you vacuuming? Why'd you do this? You know what? Jesus. Give me silence. Yeah, Jerry would fucking ace it. Jerry would walk out of there $100,000 richer and be like, can I do it again? Double or nothing.
I'll be back next week.
Yeah, I'll see you next month. Let's make this a monthly thing, okay? I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, thank you. I should be paying you guys.
Yeah. I should pay you $100,000.
What's your silence worth?
Oh my God. But speaking of the cave, so there was a guy on TikTok, and it just came up the other day. He passed away because he's like one of these crazy little exhibition guys. He goes on these little tours or whatever. And he is scrunched where he's climbing. He has his GoPro like this. Mm-hmm. And he's they have the footage, but he's going. And he's so fucking scrunched.
Oh, I couldn't.
And he's just keeps going. And he's I can't go backwards. I have to keep going forward to see if this opens up more. And he never did. Oh. That's the end of it. That was the last of his footage. Yeah, dude,
Absolutely.
Watching the video though it's man, my
spurlunking is what it's called. It's awful,
dude. Claustrophobic and just I got to be able to stand up, you know. Mm-hmm. But you're scrunched in the tightest, and he's dragging his cheeks, you know. It's dude, I couldn't.
There was this. It's the tightest opening to get into whatever cave this is, and there's this little skinny chick trying to get into the hole, and she has to take off all her safety equipment. I'm like, nope. How are you going to do that and not know what's on the other side? Because what if it's a 12-foot drop?
Yeah,
you're fucked.
Exactly. That's my thing. They're just we got to see what's on the other side. You don't even know.
Yeah.
Like,
I would
I know
send,
it's
like,
on
a
the other
little-
side. Fucking death.
Yeah, I'd send a drone in there or something, and then how the fuck you getting out?
Yeah. And the only reason we have this video is because it's like, responding to something else because no one can come in and get you. You're done.
Yeah.
That's where you're at.
And you know what's worse than any of that? Doing it underwater with the cave divers.
Oh.
Fuck all of that.
Yeah. Two biggest fears of mine is drowning and burning alive.
Yep. Mine's drowning. 100%. I'd rather burn alive than drown.
Really?
Yeah. If I given the option, drowning is my biggest fear. Like,
Yeah, but I heard
without
it's like one of the
hesitation.
easiest though. It's a mental thing, but once like you just kind of like pass out before you actually drown, because then you take one more deep breath. It's your body's reaction,
and it's
and that's water.
And
but you don't feel that.
see.
You're
I would.
out.
I feel like I
You
would.
know you would. See, burning, you're feeling all that.
Yeah,
pain.
and that to me, I can deal with pain, but I can't deal with not breathing.
Good God, man.
Like that's why scuba diving for me is actually very anxiety producing.
Yeah.
And I have to hold the regulator in my mouth to tell myself that it's okay to do what I'm supposed to not be doing.
No shit.
Because like as a human, you're not supposed to breathe underwater.
True.
And during my scuba class, I was all hyped. I was like, let's go to the fucking pool. I don't even need any of this. I did the online course. I'm ready to fucking go.
Online.
Because
online course.
mine was a 2-week program. There was 2 days or there was a 1-day online course, then there was a classroom course, and then there were 2 days of water. There was the UWF pool and then open water.
Really?
Yeah. And then after that, there was an optional 3rd week, which I did do, and it was 2 more days of open water, Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
And we did it through MBT off Brancos.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so I was hyped. I aced everything, and the online thing and the classroom day. I was ready to fucking go. We get into the 3 feet of water section because the guy was teaching us how to like set everything up and whatever. So we were just waiting or just chilling in the 3 foot of water. And he says, all right, now make sure your mask is fit tight. Make sure all the air is out and everything. Yeah. Make sure your regulator works. Just dip your head in the water and make sure you can still breathe. I did that, and I was about to freak out. I was like, why the fuck? I said, I don't think my air's working. He came over, and he was like, yeah, it's on. And then he took a hit off my regulator, and I was like, he's like, yeah, it's working. I was like, it's not working for me. My mouth and lungs and everything isn't fucking working. Oh, God. So I'm sitting there having a fucking panic attack in 3 feet of water where I could just lift my head up, and it's not working. I was like, this is bullshit. Eventually, I got over it.
Yeah.
But then I go to the ocean day, and the same thing happens. I'm like, why the fuck is this happening? I don't want it to happen.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know how to get past that.
That's crazy.
Same thing happened in Hawaii. I jump in, and I'm not able to go down. I'm holding the the purge button to get the air out of your BC, and the guy comes up, and I'm like, I think I need more weight. He's like, you don't need more weight. You're already at 20 fucking pounds. You don't need more weight.
Yeah.
I was like, it's not fucking working, and I can't fucking breathe. He's like, your regulator's fine. Everything's fine. Just it's a mental thing. And James comes back up. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, I can't breathe. My regulator's not working. It's a mental thing for me, and so that's why I'm like, drowning is my biggest fucking fear.
I wonder.
But once I'm down there, I'm good.
Yeah, I wonder. It's like the next time you go, if it's just taking in that initial first breath,
Yeah.
purge it and force air in.
Yeah.
And you have no choice but to gulp,
Yeah,
and then it's like, okay, it's a thing, you know.
Mm-hmm. And there were times where I was like, I'd hold my breath and go, and then I'd go underwater, put it in my mouth, and then purge it to get the water out. And then that didn't even work.
Really?
I was trying everything under the sun, but I think it's a mental game that it's just one day I almost kind of need to be a little bit drunk, which I don't do that.
Yeah, no.
Do not do that.
Oh, no.
Do not do that.
No.
I kind of need to be just so I don't overthink it.
Yeah.
Because if I overthink it, then I think that's when I start like getting in my own head.
Did they make you do the test where if your regulator ever got stuck on the purge on how to breathe?
I don't think so.
So-
I'm sure they may have, but I don't.
They did this test with us, and it's actually pretty damn cool. If the purge ever, like the little diaphragm gives out and it's just stuck wide open, it's just instead of like trying to keep it in your mouth because it's going to blow away.
Yeah.
And you damn sure can't breathe all that air.
Yeah.
Is to put half the mouthpiece in your mouth, like
Oh.
and then it's blowing water away because there's so much air, and you just, even though your mouth is wide open and there's like, you shouldn't work, but it does. Just like you had the regulator in, it's just blowing air into your mouth.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty cool.
I don't think they ever did that.
That was a little weird, but it was just like they're like, "Yep, it's gonna feel weird, but just hold the purge button, and it's like, wow, you can breathe just the same as it, normal."
That's cool.
Yeah.
The one of the coolest things, because every time I tell this story to people who don't scuba dive, they always think it's cool, so I like telling the story. But what we would do is once we got down, we were diving off the artificial reefs at Portofino Beach. You know what I'm talking about? They look like half dumbbells and stuff.
Yep.
So he had us in one big circle, and our scuba instructor's name was Steve, so I always called him Scuba Steve. And
Nice.
I was secretly doing like, ha ha ha, Scuba Steve from Big Daddy or whatever. And then come to find out that was his legit nickname at MBT. I'm like, God damn it.
Nice.
But anyway, so he was in the circle, and during the classroom day, he said, all right, what we're going to do is we're going to be in the circle. So when I do this, I want all of you just to know to get in the circle when I make that hand motion. So we got in the circle. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come behind you. I'm going to turn off your air, and I'm going to pull the mask off of you.
Fuck.
You got to put the mask back on, turn the air back on, the whole thing. I was like, okay. And then when we were in the pool, he showed us how it was going to go down.
Yeah.
And how to get back into the spot and everything. And so we're down there, and I'm thinking that I'm not going to be the first person that he picks underwater. And I think my anxiety situation of not being able to breathe made him say, I'm going to go fuck with this guy the most because he finally got down here. So I'm sitting there watching him swim behind. And then he had his other two assistants that were like dive masters.
Yeah.
That, they were part of UWF's like scuba, like HMFICs. And so they were cave certified. They were nitrox certified, the whole thing. Yeah. And so they were all just swimming in circles. And when I saw his blonde hair swim and left my peripherals, I'm like, here it comes. So I was like, I got the biggest breath I could. And then I felt him tug. And I was like, all right, here, I know it's coming. Yep. And I looked over to the guy that was next to me. I'm like, I saw his neon yellow backup regular. I'm like, that's where I'm going if I can't breathe. Yeah. So I already had a game plan in my head, but I got that BC off, turned the air back on, purged it. Then I got the mask back on.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. How'd you do it? Because they did it to us, and they're like, you need to breathe. Fuck seeing. Yeah. You should be able to do this with your eyes closed. Yeah. Like, feel your way, know every bit of what's on you and how it works. Yeah. And then there would be times he'd come up and try to pull on the cord to our regulator. Oh, yeah. Because then he's like, you got to swipe it. You put your arm up and then bring it, and then it's right there. Yeah, because that stuff will get hooked on, like, if you dive near, like, reefs or anything that wrecks. Yeah, snatches it out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But this diving is so sick. But once you can get past the fucking, for me, once you get past the mental thing, I wish it didn't happen. But it happens every fucking time. That's crazy, man. Every fucking time. The most recent dive experience I had was in the Georgia Aquarium in the shark thing. Yeah. And I was like, okay, that's good because there's microphones inside your helmets. And help. Yeah. So you can talk. You just press the little button and you can talk to whoever you want to. It's really fucking cool. We should do it. We should go to Atlanta for something. Hit some Topgolf. Yeah, yeah. Baseball. Let's hit a Braves game. Yeah. And then go to Topgolf and then go dive the Shark Tank in Georgia Aquarium. I'm definitely down for sure. Because you don't even have to be scuba certified. You just they put this mask on you. It's a full face mask, so you can still talk, and you just take breaths out of the mask. Yeah, I am. I don't think Crystal is, but I'm certified. Yeah, the advanced shit or whatever. Which all that does, like you said, you get nitrox certified, and then you go below. Normal is the basic is like 60 feet. Yeah, yeah. I've been to 103, and dude, all it does is just decrease your air time and stop you from coming up as fast. But other than that, it's a well, night diving, that's a whole... Oh, fuck that. A whole nother thing. Yeah, because you're going and you only see where your light is. Yeah. And you feel stuff just bump you. And it's just like, mother effer, I'm not touching, I'm not turning, I'm not looking. I don't want to know what it is. Yeah, I just want to go home. Get me out of this bitch. Pass this test. Yeah, right. Yeah. See, I didn't even do the night thing. That was optional. So was nitrox. I'm not nitrox certified. That was a whole... extra $110, and at the time when I was in college, I was like 110 on. Yeah, it's nothing, dude. It ain't shit. Yeah, but that's cool. Yeah, so, go. Yeah. But even with that,
When I had the full face thing, when I'm not in the water, I was breathing just fine. I was like, what the fuck is this? And then the guy was like, Lance, you have to put your head in the water. I was like, I'm getting there, okay? I'm getting there. Yeah. So it's like,
I'm getting there. Okay, just hold the fuck on.
yeah. So I was like, this is a
Lance, you have to get in the water to scuba dive, buddy. He's just standing out.
The sharks look great from up here.
He's standing out with his flippers on and everything. You look good.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I hate that about me. And I'm not scared of the water. I can swim just fine. I can hold my breath and go as far as I fucking can and come back up and everything's fine.
Yeah.
But as soon as I have to go, something about the air doesn't work. I think the tubes are too small.
Yeah.
The air's not coming through. I need thicker tubes.
My breather's not breathing, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Oh my God.
Yeah. That's my scuba diving. We just went off on like 1,000 different tangents to get to where we're at.
That's why we do the podcast, man.
Yeah, we'll talk about my insecurities of scuba diving. Like,
Well, you know,
I
I
just
got
need
off
to-
on cave crawling to cave diving to
Yeah.
cave to scuba diving.
yeah, and I have you ever dove at the? It's in like Ponce de Leon, Florida. It's Vortex Springs.
I want to go though.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It is really cold. Even during the summer, it's cold. But wearing a wetsuit,
Yeah.
just piss in it, and you're good.
Yeah.
A fun fact for those of you who don't know: when you're wearing a wetsuit, if you get cold, just pee, or just pee in general, because
Yeah.
and then it just warms you
And
up.
if you're really cold, just shit.
Yeah.
It's like warm pudding on your back.
Yeah. That reminds me of like when we were on the cruise and we were snorkeling in Cozumel and the guy fucking did that thing where he threw fish food or whatever and made all the fish come around us.
Yeah. Then once it charges $85 for the picture,
Yeah.
like
I did a
no.
good job. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. If you don't buy it, I'm gonna have to throw it away. Throw it away.
Yeah. Because I'll go in the trash can and grab it.
Yeah, exactly. I remember the fish. I don't need my own picture. And everyone looks like a complete ass
Yeah.
in a mask and snorkel.
Yeah, 'cause
Nobody looks good.
And then when the flash happens, it's going to blind out your face anyway. So
Yeah, and they're cheap masks down there, and half of our masks were filled with water, and it's like
Yeah.
just...
I'm sitting
Nah.
there trying to use scuba diving moves, trying to blow the water out. It's-
And their water down there is like extra fucking salty, and it burns your eyes, and it's just a whole thing. It's fun. And also they give you all the free Dos Equis and margaritas you can drink. And I don't dance, and I'm line dancing, buddy, with some Mexicans.
Dude,
Doing
I
it.
was fucking. Y'all were looking at iguanas and shit, and I'm chilling in the hammock. I didn't give a fuck.
They're like, "Where's Lance?" And his legs are straddled on a hammock. He's like, "I'm fine. Bring me another one."
Yeah, keep them coming. I
No.
want to see Jerry doing shit like that. That'd be so fucking.
We need to
cool.
get Jerry on a cruise.
Yes.
God, he would be fucking hilarious.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
Taco. I don't want any more margaritas. God damn it.
See him at the dinner table and it's just
Yes.
like bringing out all
Shrimp
the food.
cocktails.
God.
Oh, that'd be so
What's
good.
this? What's the? That's not.
I'll have the shrimp.
See if we can get him to do karaoke.
Oh my God, yes. That would be
God.
awesome. That cruise was probably the most fun I've ever had in my whole life.
What song do you think Jerry would sing karaoke?
What was that one he was listening to when he was cooking at my mom's house? He had like a whole grill of steaks, and he was just outside, just like he was singing into his like beer bottle or the lighter. Or he was singing in or something. He was singing into.
See, he listens to a lot of music that's faster than his pace, though. Like he likes a lot of rock music, but I don't see him keeping up with that.
Yeah.
I see him singing like something like
He was singing the blues.
Garth Brooks, Friends in Low Places.
Garth Brooks would be funny as shit.
Yeah.
That would be funny. If you had to go sing karaoke right now, what song are you singing?
Oh, good God.
But you got to get the crowd hyped too.
Oh, if they would let me sing the song how I like to sing, because that was the thing on the cruise. I had a lot of, I'm OG rap, baby. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Like to
yeah.
get the crowd hype, I'm going to get the crowd going, and that's the thing. There's like, no, there's curse words in that. I'm just like, well, do you have like the children's version? And I'll just say the cuss words.
Yeah.
But they didn't. But man, like an OG rap song or something crazy just to, get them pumped up.
We
I
need to
don't-
go on an all adults cruise,
Yeah.
and like 0 kids are allowed. So they're basically it's rated R.
Yeah.
Like if I was Carnival, I would have one of those cruises like every other weekend, and I'd call it Carnival cruise
With a
and
hard
then-
R?
Yeah, hard shit. And I think that would be so much fun because then people on there wouldn't give a shit.
Nah.
And then you wouldn't have to worry about the kids in the casino type thing or worrying about
because they barely give a shit anyway.
Yeah.
And then when we went, there was limited kids because it was right after school had started and everything like that. So there was not that many, but no kids at all. Dude, you're going to see some titties going to fly out on that fucking cruise. I can promise you.
Yeah.
And it's not even a titty nobody wants to see.
it's like Walmart titty.
It's a fucking grandma titty. This titty looks like it's been ironed. This titty's called a pancake.
Yeah.
Where's the syrup at, grandma?
God.
You know what I mean?
It just looks like a deflated water balloon.
This titty don't even have a nipple. It's tucked under. You know what I mean? This titty's on top of a fucking roll. Okay.
This titty's resting in your beverage.
Yeah.
It's like, I gotta stir my drink with my titty.
Exactly.
Fuck.
Oh man, you don't even know this titty is a titty. It just looks like a roll on this person.
God.
Like-
I think there was a cruise that was like that. I forgot what cruise line did it, but they were doing like an entire 180-day cruise. I'm sure you saw it on TikTok
Good
or something.
God.
But it was an 180-day cruise, all adult or adult only thing.
Okay.
And there were
180 days.
Yeah,
though.
there were so many. Dude, there's 2-year ones, and but it's not through like Carnival or
no.
It's some like bullshit brand, but it's like it's called like the World Tour or something.
Dude, 180 days. I'm starting to hate my neighbor at that point.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's
Like,
exactly
that's
it.
fucked.
And so there's a whole TikTok realm of this because
Yeah.
they set sail like a month ago, and people were saying like, "Oh, dude, it should be like they should have a camera crew on board
Yeah.
because." You start hating some people after
That's
7 days on
that's
a cruise.
better than the real world that MTV used to do.
Yeah. So they're stuck on a fucking boat. The only way you get off is at the port. Some days you're like 3 or 4 days at seas to get from port to port.
The only fun you're having is drinking.
Yeah.
So you're a bunch of drunk, angry, just waiting to unload on somebody.
And also, I watched all these TikToks because there were actually people on there that were live streaming the first couple days. I didn't stay on like watching that or anything, but I was listening to all these conspiracy theories, and it says, there's going to be some affairs on there. There's going to be some drama because one side of the ship's going to hate the other side of the ship. There's going to be like neighborhoods on the ship.
No
I was
shit.
like, you don't want to go to like O Block or the alphabet levels or anything
They
like
create their own gang. I'm port side, bitch.
yeah. Bow.
Yeah, fuck you, Starboard.
Yeah.
I'm aft, motherfucker.
I'm after
They come back with teardrop tattoos.
Yeah. Oh, little ocean waves.
They come back to the United States. They got teardrops. Their kids are waiting on them, and they have a different spouse. They're like, "What the hell happened? We got divorced, remarried, joined a gang. I killed somebody."
They got carnival towels hanging off their pocket. Yeah, carnival bitch.
Yeah, we about that life.
Oh my god! But then, there were so many people on TikTok that were saying like, "Oh, they should have a camera crew on board."
Yeah.
I would join that.
I would tune in.
Because I'd be like, that'd be kind of fun. Like, I want to see how people start hating each other.
Oh, because it's gonna happen.
Yeah. I hated people.
Steven, I heard you flushed the toilet last night at 2 a.m. You son of a bitch. You been drinking again?
The couple in 402's fucking every single night. I can't get any sleep.
I need to move.
Yeah.
All right.
And I think David's going to put her through the goddamn headboard and the goddamn wall, and she's going to be fucking right here in my foyer.
John done got drunk. He done went to jail in the tub. He's all the way in the basement of the carnival.
He's serving the first 90 days of cruise in carnival jail. Like, goddamn.
Shit, he got court on Tuesday when we dock.
They hold court on the carnival. Order.
Yeah, some
The
guys
captain of the ship
from
is
the
judge.
Philippines. Yeah.
Order.
Yeah. Weren't you making my drink the night I acted out? No. Yeah, exactly. No. Same, but different.
Oh, God.
That's so fucking funny.
All right.
Because they all play dual roles.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Yeah.
And it's just the elephants and giraffes and towel animals that they make.
The towel. Yeah. How do you find the defendant?
He bangs his towel gavel. Yeah. God damn it, Mbutu.
They make him the judge robe as a towel, like out.
The judge robe. It's a carnival logo on it.
The courtroom is in the shut down bar because they're cleaning it at the casino. All the. And you hear, ding, jackpot.
Yeah, or they use the like the performance stage where they do all the comedy and the shows and shit.
Oh, yeah. Holy shit.
Carnival Cruise courtroom. Carnival courtroom. God damn it. It's making itself. The jokes are writing itself at this point. Oh God. I want to know what the cells look like on Carnival Cruise jail. I wonder.
The cells. I thought you meant like sales.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was like,
if you pay, we'll give you half off, but you got to stay in the cell.
obviously a lot of money. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can cruise for free down in the sales.
Oh shit! Oh God!
I thought you were gonna say how much it costs. Like, I wonder what the sales are on that. I'm like, probably pretty good.
I wonder what they feed you. Is it bullshit food from the buffet, or is it like the dining room food, or do you get to pick from your dining plan?
Yeah, they give you a menu.
Hey, I'm on the drink package. Can you bring me something to my cell? I'm in D block.
I paid for this. Yeah, some guy named Cletus is down there just ranting and raving.
God.
You ain't gonna tell me no.
I got the drink package, some bitch.
That done bought and paid for. I financed it on Discover card.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's
I
good
was on
shit.
the payment plan for Carnival, which I did do. I'm not gonna lie.
A payment plan?
Yeah, you can go on a payment plan with Carnival.
No shit.
Yeah.
I thought the payment plan was just fucking paying for it.
Yeah. Well, if you book the cruise far enough in advance, which we did, so we booked it in
The one that we went on?
No.
I was about to say, that was kind of last minute. That was a drunken little thing at a golf
we were on
course.
a golf course. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
we were. Maybe that's how we need to book the next one.
We were eating lunch, drinking drinks after a good day of golfing, which, we shot 102.
Yeah.
Drank all
On
the
the first
beers.
hole.
Yeah, on the first hole. And at the end, we're, having lunch, and it was just like,
Y'all want to go on a cruise?
you look like a guy that wants to go on a cruise. You never been, girl.
Yeah.
You need to go on a cruise. We'll book one right now. I dare you. I fucking double dog dare you.
4 cruises were booked at the fucking Scenic Hills bar with sandwiches and beers and
So if there's a Carnival rep out there, you need to put a billboard at the Scenic Hills golf course because
like
we
a QR
booked
code.
4 of them.
Just fucking scan it.
Yeah, exactly. Right there behind the bar.
Yeah.
Just give one of these.
Yeah.
And book now.
Yeah. So the last one that we went on, it was in November, but I think we booked it in like February or March or something. Yeah. Maybe as late as June. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But it was going to be like $3,000 a person. It was
$3,000 a person. What are you fucking staying in the presidential suite?
No,
Were you driving the goddamn boat?
No, it was a balcony room. That
Fuck.
cruise was more expensive than the other one, and I
I know it's 7 days, but damn, $3,000 a person. I didn't spend $3,000 on the 5 days, and we had a balcony room.
Yeah.
It wasn't a suite, but it was a balcony room.
Yeah. That first one that we went on was a suite.
$1,800 is what we spent.
Yeah, ours was like $2,000 for that one.
Why would it be so much?
I don't know.
Maybe because of a holiday.
Yeah, because it was over Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So that was the only thing I could think of was, all right, they're going to mark it up double because of Thanksgiving. That was the only thing.
Mr. Goodman price.
Yeah.
Mark it up double and give you half off.
Yeah. Exactly. And so when I did that, it said, you can either pay full balance now or 0 interest for 6 months. And I said, 0 interest for 6 months.
Well, yeah,
because then I can make payments.
Yeah.
And so
But you're not like you're not creating a credit account, all right?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No,
Not like a Carnival credit card.
Yeah, no, you just
Okay.
you can either use the card that you were going to use to buy the whole thing
Or
or
just
just
pay it
put it on auto pay and then it pays it for 6 months. So it was like $900 and something a month and just charged it. And I was like, that's crazy because
Yeah.
if you have the $6,000, why not leave it in the bank, let it collect interest, and make those payments for 6 months? Some people like to just see the money go, so it's like out of sight, out of mind, and they don't spend it.
I don't like debt.
Yeah.
If I owe you $1, motherfucker, I will sell something off my body right now for $1 to make sure we're good. You know what I mean? Like, I am fortunate enough to say I am debt free besides my truck and my house and utilities. I hate debt. So if I'm going to do something, I'm going to save up. If I have to pay $6,000, it's because I've already saved $6,000. I'm not going to say, hey, I'm going to do this and, hopefully I have it paid off in time. No, it's because I've already saved up that money. You're like, and I might as well just go ahead and fucking spend it and be done with it.
See, I normally think it like that, or I think it out like that. But with this, I was like, I can make the payments, and then I'll be damned if after the cruise I didn't get an offer from American Express and says, "Oh, book your next cruise and you get $2,000 back." I was like, I'm almost inclined just to book a fucking cruise so I get $2,000 on my next statement,
And then you can make payments.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, interest free. I was like, fuck. But then
I need an American Express.
yeah,
you know what?
It's $695 a year.
Yes.
But you get it back in so many ways.
Yeah,
so
you
many
do
ways.
right in the ass. Every time you got to pay $695. Yeah, you get it back in so many ways.
But so you get a $200.
I did see that, and I
you
was
get a
just about to say.
$200 airline credit, and it doesn't even have to go towards buying a flight.
Yeah.
It can go towards like the lounge and stuff. Because I didn't even know that. And this last trip I took to Vegas, we stopped at the lounge, and all I got to do is show them my card, and I get in for free.
They're just like,
Yeah. It's literally a dick suck
and
upon
thank
check-in.
God, because if it wasn't for Lance and his DS and freaking lounges, I would have died in Orlando and Atlanta with my appendix. Dude, it was rough.
Yeah. And at that point, like through Delta, I had gone to Hawaii the year before for James's chief ceremony.
That's right. Yeah.
And then I had went to Vegas 2 or 3 times through Delta, and then I went to Canada, and there was a whole bunch of flights that I had on there. So I got Diamond or the Diamond Sky Miles thing. So they give it to you for free for 2 people. I was like, all right, bitchin'. But I didn't know that all you have to do is walk in there and say, I have an American Express. And they're like, carry on. But then you have to pay $50 for your guest. Yeah. But you get that money back if you use your Amex to buy your guest. They give you that credit.
Yeah.
And so
Ribbit.
that was a bullshit burp. I didn't even, it would be offensive.
Crickets.
I'm so glad I got that on the first hit. So the lady, God bless her, she works at the F gate in Delta, or the Delta F gate in Atlanta. And she said, honey, all you got to do is show us your Amex card and we'll let you right in. And then if you have a guest, we'll swipe the card and then you get the statement credit back on your next statement. I said, are you fucking with me? Because I think everyone's fucking with me. Yeah.
The way you said F gate.
Yeah. Fuck around gate.
Yeah, I thought you were going straight negative. The F gate in Atlanta was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, no. See, the F gate is the best one. It's the international terminal. Yeah. And they have a Delta Sky Lounge that you can go outside. So you can watch planes take off. You can sit there and smoke a cigar.
I didn't need it when I was dying.
Yeah.
I needed to lay down, which I did. Yeah. And Lance is drinking bourbon and eating snacks going, you ought to try these little sandwiches. Yeah. And I was like, I can't. I did.
Dude, those buffalo chicken sandwiches were so good. And I was like, fuck.
After throwing up for the 15th time, I was like, you know what? I am a little hungry. I tried one.
Sandwich. I was trying to get you.
And if I be damned if I didn't throw up 2 more times before our flight and on the flight to Pensacola.
But yeah, no, and sure enough, I handed her my card. She swiped it for Audrey for $50. By the time I got home, it was credited for both times. And if you swipe it, because we had 3-hour layovers going and coming back. Yeah. And because I've learned my lesson not to book short layovers, because then your flight gets fucked and then you miss it, and then you got to drive back from Atlanta to Pensacola at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And you don't get home till almost 11.
And you can't even drink a cold beer and relax a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, well, fuck, at least on the flights, they get me hammered by the time I land.
Nothing wrong with a good hour to 2-hour layover, man. You get to have a nice little sandwich, maybe a beer. You get to chill out. Yep. You walk, you find your destination, you find a little bar, relax.
Yeah. And so I'm also meat riding Amex right now, but you also get...
Meat riding. Oh, my God.
Keyword here, folks.
If that's not a strip club name.
Yeah, so that's $200 right there. So that lessens the burden down to $495. Then you get $200 of streaming credits. So YouTube TV or Hulu or Netflix or Sirius XM Radio, whatever, $200. So now you're down to $295. Then you get hotel credits. Equate to $200.
So you travel a lot more though. So it definitely, because when I got that offer, and it definitely approved, but it was like annual fee $695. I'm like,
you eat that up very fast, though. Why? Very fast, because you also get. I don't know if you shop at like Saks on Fifth Avenue or whatever. It's almost like a bougie version of Dillard's, but they still have.
I didn't even know Pensacola had Fifth Avenue.
No. It's an online statement credit. So if you shopped online at Saks,
I thought you meant like Saks on Fifth Avenue. I'm like,
Oh,
fuck, I didn't even know we had Fifth Avenue in Pensacola.
That's just the name of the shop. It's called Saks on Fifth Avenue. So if you just type in Saks, S-A-K-S, it's almost like Dillard's.
Oh, okay.
But they have like the you and I version, and then they have the bougie version that they have like Louis Vuitton and Gucci and shit like that.
Oh God, don't tell Crystal about that.
Yeah, you could buy all that, but they give you a $200 credit for that too. And
Great.
like,
I'm gonna have a fucking American Express card by the time I leave here.
oh, and James taught me this life hack, so you should do this. I haven't done it yet, but if you get the Amex Platinum, you'll make your money back.
Yeah.
And then even if you just do it for the first year and then you use the $200 hotel credit, just travel one place once a year and you're good. I travel quite a bit, and so I will use all of these credits. So to me, it makes no sense.
Yeah, it's right up your alley.
And then you can go on their it's like their online shop or whatever, and then you can go to these different shops and they give you 5% cash back, $500 off this, $200 off that. So it's their own like little marketplace. But if you go through their links, it saves you a fuck ton of money.
I thought you were gonna say, James taught me this. If you get this card, when you go to a craps table, you show it to him and gives you $200 in chips.
Yeah, no, dude, I would fucking love that. Like,
And then you just got to yell "hi ho" or whatever the hell he says, and fucking all of a sudden James goes, "You want me $1,000?" I'm like, "Hi ho."
There it is. Yeah. Is the high low yo.
Yeah, there you go. That's like hi ho. It's all to the bank we go. I done $1,000. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And then my drunk ass goes, "So what are we doing that? Get one hand off the table." My bad. I've never done this before. It's my first time. Okay, I'm a virgin.
Yeah, a virgin craps player is the best player because they don't know what they're doing, and it's the dumb luck, beginner's luck type thing, and that's.
They're just like handing me dice, and they're like, "Make sure it hits the bottom of the back of the table." I'm like, "Here we go."
That's how you make the guap.
And I'm just like, "So this gives me free drinks, right, guys?"
Yeah.
Okay. Boom, and
the
then
$40 margaritas at the Javier is right behind us.
Yeah.
We're at the Aria.
And everyone's cheering me on. I'm just like, I'm doing good. Is this good, guys? I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Free drinks, right? This is getting me drinks. All right.
yeah, as long as you don't like get a point and then 7 out, then no one's gonna hate you. But
Exactly.
But the thing that I was gonna say that James taught me was if you get the platinum Amex and then you apply for the gold, it waives like the fee for the first year or something of the gold, and then the gold gives you 5% cash back at restaurants.
Ooh.
And since we eat out a lot, that
My Discover, it does it. I wouldn't say quarterly.
every quarter they do different deals. Yeah, I have a Discover too, so it's
And mother effer, I love that. And it's Amazon purchases and eating out are my two go-tos. And dude, I fucking have like a monthly balance of Amazon.
Dude, if you eat out a lot, then use this Chase Sapphire, because I eat out a lot. Chase Sapphire gives you 5% cash back on restaurants all the time. It doesn't have to be a quarter.
I don't
or
know
a
if I have a
month or whatever.
Sapphire. I know I opened up another Chase card. Didn't even know I had a Chase card.
Oh shit!
Just because I'm like just increasing, the availability of credit utilization. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, you want your credit utilization to be $100,000, but you're only using $1,000 of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just like steadily building that up.
Yeah. You want your debt to income to be crazy, and then
Right.
you want the available credit to you to just be fucking astronomical.
Right, yeah.
So you can carry a high balance more often and not affect your credit.
Yeah. And I barely carry a balance. Like I said, I don't like to be in debt, so I like to fucking pay it off. But it was like, hey, this might be, a good thing to increase that balance. It was a Chase card. I was like, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I applied for it. Card comes in. It was like, then activated on the app. Apparently I already had an app.
Yeah.
And it was like, would you like to link this one to your other one? I'm like, I had one. So I look. It's the same fucking card. Like they changed they're both black. One is like smooth and one has like a textured feel. Like they just changed the look of it. But it's exactly the same. I'm
Is it like Chase Signature or something like that?
I'd have to show you. It's
Yeah.
I don't know. They're in my wallet, but I don't even use it. I know they have like 0% for a couple years and whatever balance, but I just use it for the credit utilization to really say, hey, you have the availability of using $100,000 if you need it, but you only use 1,000 of it and you pay it off, so your credit just fucking goes through the roof.
Yeah. See, there was one day on my Chase card, it says, apply for a credit limit increase. I said, okay. And I didn't think when I clicked it, I didn't think it was immediately going to run my credit.
Oh, bullshit.
Yeah, and when I did that, I was like, fuck.
Yep.
So then I went on all my credit cards because at that point I was like, all right, well, you know what? As soon as I click credit limit
It's
increase.
a soft hit, though. It's not a hard
And so I did that
inquiry.
on all my credit cards, and within like a day, I had a $50,000 increase across all accounts. I was
That's
like,
a good feeling.
Bingo. Except for my Discover, because I only use it when I get those quarterly offers that incentivize me to use it. And I even tried to ask for a credit limit increase on that one because Discover is my lowest credit limit. It's like $9,800 or something like that. I was like, that's bullshit. But anyway, and they're like, oh, well, we can't increase your credit limit at this time because you don't use this card enough.
Yeah,
and
mine's mine is at Discover's like $9,500, but it's definitely the lowest. But dude, at the end of the year, they matched all of my cash back that first year.
Yeah.
Dude, I had like fucking $400, $380 something dollars, come back at the end like a little bonus. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm gonna go spend.
Because it's like a discount, and then if you pay it off, it's an extra discount because they're giving you the cash back on it too. If you for those of you watching, if you guys know how to use your credit cards to your advantage, not just to be a fucking debt load, you can make money off using your credit card.
Welcome to Drunken Economics, ladies and gentlemen. Next segment.
Yeah, this is the tits. It's the tits.
Break that bitch out of the strip club.
Yeah.
Rack it up and pay it off.
Oh, she's got a credit card slit.
Yeah.
Approved.
Oh, she got two.
Yeah, I got credit cards. Swipe one in the front and swipe one in the
double
back.
check.
Double check. Yikes. So that's Beyond Buzzed Economics 101.
Yeah.
Hope you guys had out your notebooks, but I'm sure if you've made it this far, you're buzzed. And that leads us right into the ending. We're gonna go to Juicy Seafood and crack open a few beers, and then crab claws if we ain't too dangerous.
That was like a question.
Yeah.
If we're not too dangerous,
I mean, shit at this point. Fuck.
we're going to crack open beers.
Dude, we still got extra beverage.
Yeah, I know. It's good, though. It's very good.
Yeah, y'all should make
It's bringing in summertime a little early, but is it really too early for summertime?
It's
you know what I mean?
spring. It's Florida.
Is
it's
it
spring.
Is it too early to break out that tea back?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's not.
Yeah. I got my elephant trunk tea back on. You know what I mean? Just let you know.
Yeah. All right, guys. So if you guys enjoy the podcast, go ahead and smash the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the podcast if you haven't done so already.
Ooh.
Matthew also, I was going to transition.
Yeah.
Matthew also got the login information for the Instagram account. So if you guys want to follow that, I'll put the image right here. So just take a look and go follow that. I'll also put it in the description of this podcast and future podcasts. So if you guys are too buzzed to check it out right now, check it out later. But you should never be too buzzed to hit the thumbs up button. So go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, and we'll see you in the next podcast. And, hold on.
Leave in the comments drink recipes and stuff that y'all want to try out. If you don't do it on the YouTube channel, also do it on the Instagram channel because we'll definitely be able to see it a lot faster on it. And definitely the ideas, drinks, and stuff like that. And artwork. We love fan artwork. Lance made a bitchin' Beyond Buzzed bee on the last thumbnail, dude.
That took me forever to do, but it was so good. It was fun to do because I had this idea that I wanted to do it, and I made it happen because I was like, hey, I'm not going to get away with this because I want to put out shit that I'm proud of. So that's what I did.
But definitely leave messages on there. We'll check them, and also on the YouTube and stuff like that. If we miss your comment on there, throw it on Instagram. One way or another, it will get checked, and hopefully make your drink on the next one.
Yeah, if we use your drink, if you put it in the comment section, we use your drink, we'll screenshot it, put it up on the thing, so you'll get like a little miniature shout out with that.
There you go.
So, enjoy your day, enjoy your week, stay buzzed, and be hive, baby. Oh, gay. Balloon tits.
I was about to say, we didn't even use balloon tits.
Bad today.
We didn't even use balloon tits yet.
I don't even know which one it is. There it is. I was going to get it eventually.
Balloon tits.